It seems this week is finally taking us seriously because it is finally Thursday. Yo, we made it.
We made
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we suffered through, but we're here now.
We soldiered through.
We soldiered on, and now just like that, it's like we've been waiting this whole year, and elections are just next week.
Elections is next week. Next week we'll see, are we having a new government?
What's happening?
Maybe not.
What are the chats?
What are the chats? New members of parliament. Some parties would be removed.
Hey.
Some new parties are going to come in. And yeah, we are excited. Some of the people who were on these lists to be potential members of parliament and policymakers possibly might not make it.
Exactly. That's the thing about elections.
Will make it.
That's the thing about elections. So unpredictable.
You just have to be hopeful. You just have to say your deepest prayers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because anything can happen.
If it's for you, it's for you. If it's not for
then
you,
it's not.
We move.
We move. Yeah, no, elections are so unpredictable. But before we get to talking about elections, just earlier on, before we officially started the show, we were talking about how real money doesn't talk. It whispers. You kind of guess, no, there's money. Because one of our colleagues was saying that small money, someone is going to buy Gucci and is wearing Gucci from head to toe. And the clothes are fully branded Gucci. Whereas with like the real rich people, the people with assets, with asset wealth, they're not doing all of that.
Yeah.
You can just, they have this certain presence where it's just like, that's money right there. They look a certain way, they act a certain way, they just carry themselves a certain way. You're just like, nah, there's money there.
Yeah.
Because even the ladies, like with the men, it's mostly in the suits. They wear specific suits that are probably custom made from Italy. Oh, yeah. Yes. And then with the women, it's just a simple black dress. That time the dress cost $10,000.
I wouldn't buy anything that is costing $10,000 if it's not like a proper asset.
Yeah.
I can buy an iPhone for over 10,000.
Yeah.
I can buy a car, I can buy a house, but I'm not gonna buy makeup for 10,000.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna buy a dress for 10,000. I'm not gonna buy a handbag for 10,000.
But you would buy hair though.
I would buy hair, yes, because hair lasts.
Yeah.
Hair goes on with you. Your children can inherit the
Yeah,
hair.
yeah, I think so. I think there are certain things, hey, me neither. Okay, no, let me be honest. If I see something that I really like, I'm not one to be like, oh, I'm going to buy the whole collection, the new Chanel winter fall collection, just because it's Chanel. But if I say, let's say a coat that I really like, and it's like a young 10K and I have it, I'd probably buy it. Because again, some of these clothes are also an investment because they're gonna last you. But the problem is, a lot of the time, since we're now doing things for social media, now you just wanna go buy this whole collection just to flex on your social media followers. To say, yeah, I spent $500,000 buying Chanel's new collection. And then next season it's out. Next season it's out. Next season you have to go buy the next collection. Honestly speaking, sometimes I wonder how different would life be if we didn't have social media.
Yeah. Like, think of 2010.
Yes.
Before 2010.
Yes.
When everything wasn't so...
When everything wasn't
social
publicized.
media, yes.
Now we publicize everything. Before you even eat, let's snap. But anyway, we'll be talking about this all day. Don't forget to... message Santa.
Yes, Santa.
Message Santa, and you can get a little something. Here's exactly how you can do it.
As the holiday season draws near, ShopRite and Synergy Chatbot are delivering the Christmas spirit. Welcome at Santa's Wishlist. Follow the instructions to submit your drawing and letter to Santa. Step 1. Start by drawing a picture for Santa. And when you're done, just jot down a few details about yourself right next to it. Step 2. Scan the QR code and it will open up WhatsApp with a little message that says #ShopRiteSanta. Just send that message to Santa. Or if you like, you can also type #ShopRiteSanta into WhatsApp and send it to the number as indicated. Step 3. Follow the simple steps in the chatbot and submit your name and age. and most excitingly, the present you've picked from the list. Don't forget to include your physical address so Santa can find his way to you. Step 4. Once you've completed the previous steps, snap a photo of your drawing and your letter to Santa to submit your entry.
Now, remember, I'm looking forward to all the wonderful drawings and letters you'll be sending my way. See you soon, and keep spreading that holiday cheer. Ho, ho, ho!
Today we are talking all things America's Next Top Model, the
Yeah,
drama.
the drama.
There is a lot. So basically for 15 years, America's Next Top Model captured audiences, and it captivated millions with its blend of glamour and grit. But behind the glossy runway shots and high-stakes competition, former contestants are now revealing a darker side to the iconic reality show. Angelia Preston, who was crowned the winner of the All-Star season in 2011, says her world fell apart when producers quietly revoked her title before the season aired, allegedly due to her past work as an escort. Winning was one of the best days of my life, Preston shared in the new Vice series, The Dark Side of Reality TV. Losing it was one of the worst. Lisa D'Amato, who replaced Preston as the winner, claims the show ruined her reputation, portraying her as an alcoholic villain and leaving her career in shambles. America's Next Top Model squashed my dreams, D'Amato said. It made people around the world hate me, and it made me hate myself. Other contestants shared similar grievances, alleging the production team fostered chaos for the drama. Sarah Hartshorn, a Cycle 9 alumni, described the experience as unpaid labor, adding, we were kept tired, stressed, and hungry because it made it better for TV. Over its 24 seasons, America's Next Top Model built a massive fan base but faced growing criticism for its harsh critiques and dramatic tactics. Tyra Banks, the show's creator and host, apologized in 2020 for the show's insensitivity, but for many former participants, the damage lingers. The Vice series, airing at 9 p.m., or it already aired, gives these contestants a platform to share their untold series, shedding light on the cost of chasing stardom in the world of reality TV.
I was such a huge fan of America's Next Top Model.
Me
I think
too.
I had the series on my laptop downloaded from, I don't know where I got it from, but I did. And I could tell that these girls are under immense pressure.
Yeah.
Like some of them you can see when somebody is fearful of something. You can literally tell. And so for me, this is not surprising.
It's not surprising. Apparently,
Yeah.
some of them were even locked in the green room.
Imagine.
And there was this one girl who came out and said that she didn't want her life out there because apparently she faced abuse growing up from her mom.
Yeah.
And then Tyra got her on the Tyra Banks show. And then she was like, you may not know this girl, you may know her, but you don't know her. What you may not know is that she was severely abused by her mother and what. And she's like, and I specifically told her
I
that
don't
didn't
want this to come out. Why are you saying this?
And she ambushed her on air, live.
Yeah, because now you can't say it's not true.
Exactly.
You just have to go with it, especially because this is a platform where you've been invited by this superstar. You tend to be more grateful because how dare you
Exactly.
speak out. Me, I'm trying to help you. I'm putting you on this, my show, which is so huge. So how dare you come and embarrass me? So I understand, how such things can really
damage you
and silence
you.
your voice. But nonetheless, somebody who is not being silenced for anything. Let's talk about the YouTuber who smoked the dead's ashes.
Oh.
Yes, the dead has passed on. And so this YouTuber, a YouTube baking influencer, made her late father the star of the first episode of her new podcast by smoking cannabis grown in a pot of his ashes. What appeared to be an attention-grabbing stunt by Rosanna Pacino, a social media star with more than 14.6 million followers, was intended to be more serious examination of grief and its effect on loved ones. She insisted during the 54 minutes episode of her ridiculous podcast. She titled the opening episode "Smoking Up My Dead Dead." The blunt we smoked was very delicious. It tasted so good. Pasino, whose real name is Rosanna Redon, declared after taking several hits of the joint, after the first of which prompted a lengthy fit of coughing. Pasino's father, Michael Redon, who appeared in many of her baking videos as Papa Pizza, died in December 2019 after a long battle with leukemia. Her sister Molly and mother Jane joined her on camera to toast to his memory with the remnants of the bottle of whiskey that he brewed. Before he passed, he told me and my mom that he would like us to do what he would like us to do with his ashes, and at first my mom was a little bit hesitant. She thought this kind of hippie people are going to judge us, but as time went by, we really just thought this is the perfect way to honor him and do what he wanted. The podcast featured a lengthy interview with an international recognized expert on grief and grief counseling. Losing a dad just because he was one of my best friends is just difficult, Pasino said. I thought over the time the sadness would fade, but grief is always with me. It feels like it's permanently attached to me.
Shame, man. I understand. I totally. I don't understand smoking a dad, but I understand the grief of losing a dad. But hey, if these were his last requests, then so be it. I specifically requested that when I pass on, I need to be cremated, and my sister needs to carry me around in a little necklace.
Yeah.
She needs to put my ashes in a necklace and carry me around everywhere.
Yeah.
So that we're together for lifers.
Nah.
But anyway, that brings us to the end of our top stories. Now, after the break, we are talking politics, but not in the way that you think. We're talking jokes with Akharob. Stick around. With me in studio today, we are talking all things politics, but not the way that you think. We're here to prove that politics is not just a serious game, but also a laughing matter. I'm joined by Akharob. How are you doing today?
I'm doing well. I'm doing great. Thank you for having me.
No, thank you for joining us. So we're talking political punchlines.
Yeah.
All right, tell us a little bit about the show.
It's basically, at its core, it's edutainment, educational entertainment. It started from me and Mark just going back and forth, sending each other manifestos and memes based on political parties. We're just like, you know what, this is, because a lot of people, as much as we share content, because most comedians are very outspoken and share their opinion, social comedy and stuff like that. So many times we get comments like, I don't know who to vote for, who's the right party and stuff, but people really want to go vote. A lot of youth have dreaded vote. So we decided, you know what, let's do something for the people. And plus, the nice thing is we are having the Nambian Institute for Democracy. So they are going to be educating people as well. So it's not just a jokey thing. It's also a very, learn something thing.
Okay. So how do you balance humor and sensitivity when tackling political topics?
I think we have such a great lineup and diverse lineup that people, like the comic lineup, that they're able to tackle all these things very well, because politics is a very sensitive issue.
It is.
Although it plays a major role in our lives, a very sensitive issue. But with our comics as creme de la creme of the comics, so they've been in this space for a very long time. They know how to navigate certain issues, certain topics, and just see how everybody's vibing to the situation.
You know, I'm curious because that balance is it's terrifying, you know. Say the wrong thing and you offend practically everybody. So I'm excited. I'm curious to see how you guys are going to balance that. So what role do you think comedy plays in shaping public opinion during election season?
Oh, I feel like it plays a very huge role, because everybody has, like I always say, everybody has a sense of comic in them. Like you can see on social media when people like comment or tweet and stuff like that, where you had various politicians campaigning across the country. Then somebody would say stuff like, you know what, they've been here, maybe they must come open my bar as well. Just a little bit of banter, you know. But what was the question again? The
question was, what role do you think comedy plays in shaping public opinion?
It's a very big role, because comics have this this essential comics are great storytellers. You are a storyteller. It's entertaining. It's like you're sitting around the fire and you're listening to, and it's very important for comics to be unbiased in their
Yes.
political takes as well, because with such a huge voice, you are able to influence, and you might not influence on the right side, on the wrong side. So it's very important to remain unbiased, but also have the what's the word? English is not my strong suit. Have the best interest of your crowd, the people you're entertaining at heart, because you also want them to do better. And like we've always said, we are Namibian before we are any political party. So we want our country to be the best country.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So can you give us a sneak peek into some of the topics or political figures that will be featured in the show? Just a sneak peek.
No sneak peeks, but what I can say is it's not a roast of politicians. I need everybody to understand that.
You need to clarify
Yeah,
that.
it's not a roast of politicians. Although they might be, it's a comedy set. They might be saying, but we are not saying, hey, this candidate does this, this candidate. It's not the roast. It's it's across the spectrum, and also we are just, it's commentary on the space in Namibia right now. Elections is a very tricky time. You know, people stay in the same households and don't talk because they have different political affiliations.
Exactly, yeah.
So we're just trying to, blur that line a bit and let people be together and just be educated, entertained, and also they can make an informed decision on the next Wednesday, because our show is on Sunday the 24th, and then Wednesday is election time where everybody's going to the polls.
Everybody's going to the polls, and it's, yeah.
Yeah, and Sunday, everybody, we are going to the jokes.
We're going to the jokes. We're going to laugh,
Yeah.
you know, before we have to be all serious. But I like that you are informing, because again, like you're saying, yes, we will laugh, but then before we laugh, we are all Namibian. And like you're saying, a lot of youth don't actually know. It's like, okay, but like,
Yeah.
so at least if you take it with a light-hearted aspect, because again, when the older people are explaining, it's all serious and it's all doom and gloom and it's all this and it's all that. So at least if we can talk about it in a light-hearted manner, but still a manner that makes sense, I think you've hit the jackpot. So how do you ensure that your satire resonates with a diverse audience, giving Namibia's varied political and cultural landscape?
Research is important. Comics do not just wake up one day or wake up in the morning and say, yeah, I'm going to just go tell them what you read a lot of newspapers, watch a lot of news shows, follow the various political parties on their various social medias, and you gather the info they put out and also how it's received by the public. So all that research done, you are able to deliver a great set, because your set is an informed set.
I see, but just to bring it back, I think it's important to say that this is not propaganda, like you said earlier,
it's not
any
propaganda.
one
It's not
party.
propaganda.
Yeah, it's just
There
informed.
might be, for example, we have one largest party in the country,
Yes.
so a lot of people might talk about it because it's the most common one.
Yeah.
But it is not a thing of it's just about the party. We're going
Yeah.
across the board,
Across
and
the board.
we have seen our electoral. The list the electoral commission put out of all the parties. We are a lot. I didn't even know we had
That
so
there were
many,
that many.
parties. Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure you're not the only
Yeah,
one. Hey? I'm pretty
yeah.
sure you're not the only one. Okay, so what challenges have you faced when incorporating political themes into your comedy routines?
Oh, a lot of institutions, for example, do not want to fund anything that has politics behind it. Like even prior to us putting out our posters and stuff, we're trying to boost it, and many of the social media pages denied the boosting because politics.
Oh.
Yeah, but you know, we navigate through it. As artists, we always persevere through our turmoils. So,
Yeah, we do what we gotta do, man. I think artists are the most underrated people
Yeah.
because we go through so
So
much.
much.
Okay, so why did you choose the Village Opera House as the venue for this event?
The Village Opera House it came in sort of a partnership type of thing. So, and it's also it's a Sunday session. So you want a space where people are going to have a calm environment. It's not a club setting or bar setting, but like the village has a Sunday market, so people can, from the Sunday market, after their lunch, just before they go home, Just go in there,
make a
get
left turn.
educated. Yeah, just short
Yeah.
left, short
Yeah,
left,
short left.
short left, and just be well informed. And the village has a nice space, not too big, not too small, and yeah.
Okay. So, how do you hope audiences will respond to political punchlines? Are you aiming for more laughs, critical thinking, or both?
We are aiming for both because, like we said, it's edutainment. You must
Yeah.
be
Informed,
entertained,
but you must also laugh.
yeah, but you are being educated because I think humor lies in being informed as well because you might not understand a joke because you are not informed enough on the topic. So if you are educated enough on the thing, you're able to understand the humor behind it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So who are some of the comedians that are performing, and what unique perspectives are each bringing to the show?
We have Mark Kariwa, we have Zita, we have Ileka, we have Lifa. Across the board, these are veteran comics.
Yes.
There's a veteran comics, so they have been through the thick of it in the comedy space and performing. But as well, we are able to. Zita is, unfortunately, it was the only female we could book at the time because most of the other female comics were busy. But you can also get a woman's perspective on the political space because many a times, most of the political parties just have men as their presidential as opposed to one party. So
Yes.
we have that one lady. And we have Ileka, who is usually his comic is put, is around, his comedy is around navigating the space as a Vambu man, and usually our largest political parties are affiliated with a certain demographic, so we are trying to just cater for everyone and also somebody who has the voice to speak on something like that. And then we have Lifa, who besides being a comedian is a spokesperson for a certain political party, so I feel like this year he's been through thick of it, and also we have told him there's not a propaganda for your party.
This is not
So
a platform.
as soon as he starts campaigning, we'll switch his mic off. And then it's me and Mark. Mark and I think we have been getting a lot of social media interaction based on, because we are very loud about our political opinions and
Yes.
stuff like that. So
You're very loud in general.
yeah. So we always get tons of interaction and get people to talk to us from different perspectives. So I think we'll be able to portray that. And then our host, Mr. Slick. Mr. Slick is one of the biggest comedians Namibia has produced. So he really knows how the space of politics moves. Because politics is everywhere. This is a national politics, but politics exists in the workplace. Politics exists
Everywhere.
everywhere. It encompasses everywhere. So he can also, from his experience in the industry and also just being a comic when comedy was not a thing, just give us a perspective from that political perspective. For that.
I see. All right. So I know we've briefly touched on some of these things, and we've kind of, the answer for this next question has already been kind of said, but it's been hidden within your other answers. So now we need a clear answer.
Yeah.
As Namibia prepares for its presidential and national assembly elections, what message do you hope this comedy show will convey to voters?
The main message would be to take charge of your future, because you go to the polls to go vote to determine your future. Because many youth always say stuff like, voting does not change anything. Why must I vote? So
I'm just one person.
I'm
my vote
just
will
one
make a
person. My
difference.
vote doesn't make a difference. You are a Namibian. You will be counted like it was census. You were counted. So the main aim is just to but after the show, people will go to the polls with informed decisions. Like after the show, do your personal research.
Yeah.
But on the Wednesday, please vote.
Yes.
Take part in voting. That is the main reason.
That was the main.
We
That's the
even-
main message.
We even have this thing of where if you are a registered voter, you come with your voter's card, and there might be some goodies. I won't say there will be, there might be some goodies.
Okay, all right. Now, finally, could you give us details of the event? You already mentioned that it's going to be this Sunday,
Yeah.
and we already mentioned that it's going to be at the Village Opera House.
Yeah.
So, what time does it start? Where can we get tickets? How much are the tickets?
The tickets are at Web Tickets. So Web Tickets, you can access online at webtickets.com.na, I think. And then if you do not have a smartphone or any laptop, you can always go queue up in a Pick and Pay. If you feel like you're too old to queue up, send a youth to go queue up for you. And what else was our question? Oh, the price. The
much
price is it's 199.99 cents. Basically, it's $2.
Wow. Okay.
No, it's Namibia. We have to put the
Okay.
cents down, and it's 24th of November, this Sunday, and it starts from 7 p.m.
I see. All right. Well, we are looking forward to it, and all the best with your show.
Thank you so much.
And from Agharob, please do go and vote on Wednesday.
Yeah.
Like you said, your vote does count and it does make a difference. We'll be right back with more Smell the Coffee. And that's all the time we have for you today. We'll see you again tomorrow.